When I bought the Samsung Galaxy S25 Plus and used it for over a week now, I got thinking, should I have saved some money and gone with this device instead of the Ultra, which I've owned for about a month now? What exactly am I missing out on? If you're on the fence between these two devices, I've got you. By the end of this video, you should know exactly which one is the better choice for you. And so without taking much of your time, yo guys, let's get started. Okay, first things first, size does matter. The S25 Ultra is taller and wider, which means more screen and also more struggle if you have small hands. The S25 Plus on the other hand is thinner, lighter, and has more rounded corners, making it easier to hold and use. If you're coming from an iPhone, you'll probably like the shape of this device better. Oh, and the weight here, the Ultra is 218 grams, while the S25 Plus is about 190 grams. So yeah, the Plus is noticeably lighter. Now, if you hate heavy phones, then the Plus is already winning. Now here's something new. The S25 Ultra has slightly more rounded corners when compared to last year's S24 Ultra, making it more comfortable to hold. Samsung also reduced the bezels, so you're getting more screen in a slightly more compact body. Now let's talk materials. The S25 Ultra flexes the grade 5 titanium frame, which makes it stronger and more premium looking, while the S25 Plus here sticks to Armor Aluminum 2. This is still solid but not as fancy. When it comes to the Ultra, you get the Corning Gorilla Armor Glass 2, which is less reflective, while the Plus sticks to Victus 2, still strong but no anti-reflective magic on this device. And that means if you love outdoor visibility, the Ultra's display might be a game changer. A fun fact here is that the new Corning Gorilla Armor Glass 2 is about 29% more resistant to cracks than before, making it one of the strongest smartphone glasses available right now. However, the anti-reflective feature is exclusive to the Ultra. Now, if you go for the Plus variant here, you'll get the standard glass, meaning more reflections in bright environments. And speaking of displays, here's where things get interesting. Both devices have the same 120Hz LTPO dynamic AMOLED display, same HDR10 Plus, the same 2600 nits of peak brightness, but the Ultra screen is 0.2 inches bigger with thinner bezels, so 6.9 inch on the Ultra and 6.7 inch on the Plus. The Plus actually has a sharper display, 513 ppi versus 498 ppi on the Ultra, so it boils down to the bigger screen versus the sharper screen. But what really matters to you? Let me know in the comment section below. Another thing to note is that the Ultra uses Samsung's new HOP 3.0 technology, which improves efficiency and touch response compared to previous LTPO displays. If you're someone who prioritizes ultra smooth touch interactions, then this would make a difference. Under the hood, they are basically twins. Same Snapdragon 8 Elite chipset for Galaxy, same 12 gigs of RAM, same UFS 4.0 storage, but here's where the Ultra pulls ahead. It has a 40% larger vapor chamber, meaning better heat dissipation. I've done some heavy gaming on both devices and guess what? The Ultra stayed cooler and more consistent in performance, while the Plus plays well, but after a while it throttles. For intensive gaming or long video recording sessions, the Ultra would be the safer bet. As far as software, One UI 7 brings a ton of new AI-powered features, and with the Snapdragon 8 Elite chipset's NPU, a lot of those processes are now happening directly on the device instead of relying on cloud services. That means faster processing for AI enhancements in photography, voice transcription, and more. If you want to know more about the AI features, you can watch my individual reviews on these devices. I'll have them linked up here. They are basically the same in that regard, and also they have 7 years of updates into the future. Now this is where the real difference kicks in, the cameras. The S25 Plus has a solid 50 megapixel main sensor, but the Ultra a 200 megapixel beast. Bigger sensor, better low light performance, and more details when zooming in. Both have a 10 megapixel 3x zoom, but for my test, the Ultra sensor is slightly better, and the Ultra has a 50 megapixel periscope lens that goes up to a 100x zoom, and that isn't available on the regular Plus. If you're a zoom addict, then the Ultra is the only choice. A major upgrade this year is the Ultra's new 50 megapixel ultra wide camera, up from 12 megapixels last year. This means crisper, more detailed ultra-wide videos and shots, and a noticeable improvement in macro photography. Another notable improvement is Samsung's second generation Pro Visual Engine. It enhances image processing using AI to reduce noise, improve dynamic range, and produce more natural skin tones in portraits. Low-light photography has also been improved with better noise reduction and detail retention, even in challenging lighting conditions. When it comes to videos, both can record up to 8K, but I usually keep things at 4K 30fps. Both of these devices can do up to 4K 120fps for slow motion. can also record in log on these devices, and that's only limited to the rear cameras. You don't get log for the front-facing cameras. S25 Plus. What do you think about the color reproduction? Let me go under the sun so you can see more of the sun here and all that. What do you think about this color reproduction, the exposure handling on these devices, and yeah, which do you prefer? Let me know in the comment section below. I'm back in the sun. Let me go under a shade to see if it's the best way to go about this. Anyway, when I factor the better cooling on the Ultra, like I mentioned earlier, it is the better bet for heavy video recording. But that's not to say the S25 Plus is a bad device. It's not just as good as the Ultra for the reasons mentioned. The battery life is almost identical. Ultra has 5000 mAh battery, while the Plus has a 4900 mAh battery. Both devices charge at 45 watts wired, 15 watts wireless, and support 4.5 watts reverse wireless charging. So yeah, not much difference here. However, despite keeping the same 5000 mAh battery for 5 years for the Ultra, Samsung says you'll get an hour more video playback time due to improved power efficiency in the new processor and also the display technology. And that has seemed to be the case for me with the Ultra. I can't really pick a winner here in terms of the battery. Both have really good battery life. And of course, the S Pen. If you love scribbling notes, drawing, or precise touch controls, then the Ultra is your only option. But if you never use an S Pen, then this is a non-factor. Honestly, Samsung kind of nerfed the S Pen by removing the Bluetooth features, so it's not as game-changing as before. No more remote camera shutter control, which is a bummer. This should be a device that has all the features and not taking features away from it. Anyway, let's leave that for another day. Now, here's where it really matters, the price gap. The Ultra costs about $250 to $300 more than the Plus. You'd get this for $1,300, roughly 1.9 to 2 million naira here in Nigeria. While the Ultra costs about $1,000, which is 1,560,000 naira here in Nigeria. So the question is, do the extra perks justify that price? If you love cameras, the S Pen, a bigger screen, and the better cooling, then the S25 Ultra is worth it. But if you want a premium Samsung flagship device without spending extra, then the S25 Plus here is a smarter choice. Another thing worth noting is, for the price of this Plus here, you can get the S25 Ultra, which is last year's flagship, and which is a better choice than this device. I mean, for a lot of people, this is going to be more powerful. You'd get One UI 7 update here with all the AI features you'd get on this other device, and you still retain the S Pen. If you don't mind the boxy shape of the S24 Ultra, then this is the better device to pick than the S25 Plus. So which one are you picking? The feature-packed S25 Ultra or the more practical S25 Plus? Hit the comments and let me know. And if you're buying one, check out my link in the description box below. Also check out my review on the S25 Ultra here, or another device for the price of the S25 Plus, which is way better here. Catch you in those videos. Cool that day.